Headquarters Cold War is set in a hypothetical conflict between NATO and the USSR in the early 1980s. In the NATO campaign, you take command of a US division supported by Allied German units, granting access to both American and German forces as the campaign progresses. The campaign begins with the defense of Mannheim. NATO forces must stabilize the front line, repel advancing Soviet units, and prevent a deeper breakthrough into West Germany. At Darmstadt, NATO units are tasked with containing enemy pressure, securing key approaches, and maintaining cohesion while preparing for larger engagements ahead. The conflict intensifies at the Fulda Gap, one of the most critical strategic corridors of the Cold War. Here, NATO forces face a determined Soviet push and must use terrain, positioning, and combined arms tactics to halt the advance. The campaign then moves to Kassel, where NATO forces fight to contest control of the city, engaging in hard-fought urban battles and defensive operations as both sides struggle for dominance. At Hahn-Munden, NATO units must defend key bridges and prevent Soviet forces from exploiting the terrain to continue their advance. Operations continue near Nora. In this phase, NATO forces push deeper into contested territory, engaging with enemy positions and disrupting Soviet command and supply structures. Between Halle and Leipzig, NATO units advance across heavily contested ground, fighting to regain lost territory and weaken enemy defensive lines. The Elbe crossing at Wittenberg marks a major escalation. Facing intense resistance, NATO forces must secure river crossings under heavy fire, enabling further advances toward the heart of conflict. At Seddener See near Potsdam, defensive depth, enemy counterattacks, and difficult terrain put command decisions and unit coordination to the test. The NATO campaign culminates in Berlin. Here, NATO forces fight to retake the city, engaging in intensity urban combat and decisive operations that will determine the outcome of the conflict.